Hey guys, I asked and you vote. Nope, we already f***ed it up. Hey guys, I asked and you voted. That is before you cultists started rigging my poll to make this video about a cat. But anyway, I'd already started making the maps at that point, so that's what you're getting. And also with political schemes getting more complex and more locations being built up, it will serve you dear viewers well to have a better reference of where stuff is. Okay, so this will be our official map overview as of April 2024. God, is that what year it is? So we'll recap from Lore 1, look at the nations, their territories, then we'll talk about different regions and their points of interest. So here we are. Check out this new graphics. Yeah, pretty sweet. Again, just recapping, there are 5-ish nations currently. Brace, the Emirate, the Free Republic, the Shogunate, and Marine. We also have the unofficial groups, the Beckians and the Outlanders. Both are outcast from the heart of the world, that being the area around the Shogunate, Republic, and Emirate. The only difference between them is the Outlanders are peaceful with the First World and occasionally conduct trades, while the Beckians are not. So, these are the nations. Obviously the black lines represent their territories, and the red dots here represent major settlements or cities. Starting with the largest nation, Brace, it has 4 cities: Ravengard, Clifftown, Stoneforge, and the capital, Riversteel. The Shogunate has the island of Nakashima, the Republic's High Tower, and Tanis and Soto for the Emirate. And of course, how could anyone forget the Black Keep or the Acacia Tower of Marine? Then there's the more recent unofficial settlements of the Underground Forest and Mesa Segura. I'll just leave this up. What does that say? I can't read my own handwriting. I'll just leave this up, take it in for a bit, because I took the time to clean it up and make it look real nice. Anyway, just take a moment to appreciate it, because it's very nice and clean and pretty, because the next one looks like this. Where exactly do we want to begin? Well, as you can see from this lovely key here, the black boxes represent general regions, and the turquoise boxes represent specific POIs, and of course there are 3 rivers highlighted in red. What does that say? Oh my god, my handwriting. Well, I guess why don't we just start there? God, we are way off script on this one. First, we have the Noros River, which runs through the Great Desert and possibly into the Barrens. Oh my god, a spider. Whoa, 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 whoa. He's dead. Yeah, that was unacceptably close to my face. Oh my god, we are way off script. Okay. First we have the Noros River, which runs through the Great Desert and possibly into the Barrens. Then the Sioni River, that runs through the southern and eastern jungles, the Dark Forest, and out into the Eastern Ocean. Third, the upper and lower Norder Rivers, which are both counted as parts of the Greater Norder River, that flow through Novania and the Silurian Highlands. I should have said this at the beginning, but just in case you forgot, there are 2 continents in the world, Novania and Siluria. All 3 rivers are the primary avenues of international trade and travel. Now that that's wrapped up, we can talk about the regions and their points of interest. I guess we'll go from north to south. So, in the middle of the Novanian Sea, we have Little Iceland. In true Iceland fashion, the island is lush and green. All of the frogs featured in Lore Part 3 are descendants of frogs from this island. Just south of Little Iceland are the coastal swamps of northern Siluria. These include both mangrove and classical swamp biomes. The swamps are bordered on both sides by some interesting world generation: the Jawbone in the east, and in the west, the Spikes. The Spikes are a mysterious region similar to the Myronese Mountains of the Southern Isles. They were first documented by the Explorers Guild in the Second Era. The sharp bridges actually surround this little grassy nook, quite a nice spot. The Spikes are regarded as a dangerous location, again similar to the Myronese Mountains, boasting quite a few shipwrecks around the area. Overall, I think the Spikes are my personal favorite location on this map, just because, I don't know, they're cool. A little further east, we have the narrow strait, connecting the Novanian Sea to the Eastern Ocean. The Northmen guard this passage via the Tower of Ravengard on the Sand Peninsula, and camps on the Stepping Stones, small rocky islands at the entrance to the strait. Even further east is the Scythe, so named for its shape, obviously. The Scythe is home to Clifftown. Finally, the furthest east anybody that I know of has ever been, Spruce Isles. This is another story that was left out previously. When the first city was newly founded, Zippers knew he wanted spruce wood for his Arabian-inspired builds. Players searched far and wide across Celeria, but there was no spruce to be found. Actually, there was this spot in the Darkwood, now called Snowy Haven, but it's so small that it was missed while people were exploring. In fact, this small grove are the only known spruce trees in Celeria. Long story short, the Explorers Guild set off across the Eastern Ocean and eventually came across this large island with a small spruce grove. There's also a village, but I'm told that it was already abandoned. Back to mainland Celeria, we already mentioned the Dark Forest, also known as the Darkwood, that runs up and down the eastern coast. Then of course there's Goku Lake. Yes, this was the most voted name by Shogunate members. Below Goku Lake... Okay, alright, I got it. Below the lake, we find the eastern and southern jungle regions that border both the Emirate and the Becklands. The jungles of Celeria are dense, littered with caverns, and remain uninhabited. Mainland Celeria north of the lake is truly a dead region, in terms of player activity, that is. It's mostly unexplored, consisting of these tall forested mesas that are collectively known as the Birch Highlands or just the Highlands. These regions have never gathered much interest among the player base and will likely remain wildlands for far into the future. Headed south, the jungles give way to the Bamboo Forest, and then the Southern Isles. We all know the most famous Southern Isle, the Cursed Island Marine, but there are also some larger, unnamed isles further down, including this one, which I was asked not to show the location of. I'm pretty sure it's off the map anyway, but whatever. Last but not least, we have the Great Desert, home to the Emirate. There's no telling how far the desert expands westward. The unexplored portion of the desert west of Soto is known as the Barrens. Due to the relative ease with which one can traverse the Barrens, it has received the most exploratory ventures in the most recent months. It has very little vegetation, with biomes consisting of interwoven dunes and badlands, such as those of the Upper Norris River. We know there are at least 3 villages in the Barrens, and while there's been some mild dispute over who they might belong to, for now they remain independent. However, whispers on the wind suggest to me that the Barrens will see a lot more exploration in the future, and possibly some westward expansion. And with that, I think we've covered all of the mapped regions. Obviously, when we look at this diagram, it's already pretty crazy. I just couldn't possibly fit every single named POI onto this map. I just covered some of the big ones. There's obviously some other features that are off the map. Most of them are in the south or Novania, such as this one, which is called Tatter's Talon. This is somewhere in Novania. I have no idea where it actually is. And then there's, of course, the Elon, which appears to be an X-shaped river crossing, so that's pretty cool. Again, no idea where it actually is. Generally, exploration of the world goes in cycles, with large phases of exploration after an update comes out, and adventuring really dying down right before an update, which is to preserve unloaded chunks for a new generation, I think. And I think right now that exploration has died down in preparation for the trial chambers, which are coming out soon, I think. But anyway, I'll be sure to let you guys know and keep you updated. I'll go ahead and post another poll of our next long-form video. But please feel free to let me know down in the comments what you'd like to see next, or just what you'd like to see more of in the future. If you have any more questions about the map, please do let me know in the comments, and I will try to answer them. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.